Hello, everyone. This is Tom Wilson, and the show is Adapt Productions, and we're the Disability Rights Show. I have two guests today. Very happy to have Ashley Morgan here and Kevin McPhan. And we're going to talk about two main issues. Ashley is a person who has sickle cell anemia, and Kevin is currently fighting cancer. And we also want to talk about the importance of Medicaid and getting the medical treatment that people with disabilities need. Ashley, can you tell me something about sickle cell anemia and how it affects you and just what it is?
Yes, of course. So sickle cell anemia is a blood disorder that affects the red blood cells. And it really just deprives the people who have it with oxygen, and someone without sickle cell has normal red round blood cells, but someone with sickle cell disease has this like crescent moon shape cell, and one side is sticky and rigid. And so what happens when someone with sickle cell goes into a flare-up called a sickle cell pain crisis, it affects the blood cells moving freely through the blood vessels, which already don't have enough oxygen as well. So it just causes a lot of pain and other complications as well. Now, it is hereditary. Both parents have to either carry both the trait or even the disease, but it's like different ratios on whether someone will have the disease and the trait. If someone has the full-blown disease, like two carriers carry the SC or SS gene, then the child will definitely have sickle cell disease.
Okay, so it's a genetic disease.
Yes.
And it means you don't get enough oxygen sometimes, right?
Right.
And I know you've been in the hospital. The sickle cell anemia puts you in the hospital?
Yes, it does a lot.
Oftentimes, huh? And is it treatable?
It's no cure for it. They do have medications that do help some warriors, but again, you know, it might not work. It just depends. But people do go through like stem cell transplants and gene therapy and are cured.
That's a new thing, right?
Yes, that's the newest thing. And then they have a new few sickle cell medications out. Mm-hmm. One was recalled though, but there's the other two that's still out. And what else did you ask? I'm sorry.
Well, how does it affect your life then?
Oh, right, being in the hospital. So it affects my life a lot because, like, with sickle cell, you experience a lot of pain, a lot of health complications from the sickle cell. So I have a lot of other health issues because of the sickle cell.
I see.
So those problems end up acting up, and anything like a little cold or anything can trigger anything to, you know, act up. So I'm rarely in the hospital. Like Well, I'm usually in the hospital at least once a month, sometimes more.
Oh, that can't be fun.
No, it's not.
Do you know how common sickle cell anemia is?
Yes, it's really common. Most people think that it's only affected by African Americans, but that's not true at all.
Yeah, it can be any race,
Yeah,
correct?
any race, yes.
And are there these new treatments? They're very expensive, I'm guessing, right?
Yes, they are.
Does insurance or Medicaid cover these new treatments?
No, it like a lot. I know a lot of warriors that have gone waiting like years and months just for the insurance to clear them to be on the new medications. So it is a big problem with insurance companies.
Now, going to the hospital every month is not cheap either.
Right.
Do you have Medicaid, or are you on insurance?
Yes, I have Medicaid.
Okay, and without Medicaid, what would be your situation?
Then I would be screwed.
Yeah, yeah. I just want to add, we're filming this on February 26th, and just yesterday, the House of Representatives passed a budget framework resolution bill. And with that bill, they wanted to cut $880 billion, with a B, dollars from Medicaid over the next 10 years. And I know in Illinois, Medicaid is a 50-50 program. The state pays half and the feds pay half. And we get over $21 billion a year to support our budget. So this is a real threat to the health and lives of people with disabilities. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
So we need to oppose that. This framework does not decide things in the end. There's still time to advocate with the representatives about this. And the other thing that's outrageous about this is that same framework bill gave over $2 trillion in tax cuts to rich people.
Wow.
Yeah, that's just
Right.
so outrageous.
Wow.
We just can't have that.
Right.
Wow.
Now, I know you're working now, right? Is that right, Ashley?
No, I was.
You
well,
was?
I do advocacy work for
You do
sickle cell
advocacy.
patients.
Well,
Yes.
I appreciate that, because people with disabilities face a lot of
Yes.
barriers and discrimination.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to jump to Kevin
surprised.
for a minute.
Okay.
Kevin, are you using Medicaid currently?
Oh, yes.
And how is that affecting your life right
It's
now?
very important to keep Medicaid alive.
Now,
Because without that,
who knows?
I'd be dead.
You'd be dead. Now, I think I know that you're fighting cancer at the current time, right?
Yes, Tom. Actually, I'm fighting liver cancer
Liver
and
cancer
bone cancer.
and bone cancer.
Right
And
now,
those treatments are not cheap, are they?
no, they're not.
And so Medicaid has been the one that helps you get through
Oh,
that.
yes.
So what would you say about Medicaid? We need it? You need it?
We need to block all the Republicans
We need
trying
votes?
to cut this out. It's a shame.
Yeah, we know people will die if they cut
I don't know,
Medicaid.
not just me. I'm thinking about the other millions of people that will it affect, you know.
Yeah, and you've been an advocate and activist too with ADAPT, am I right?
Yes,
And,
since 2008.
2008. Okay, that's 17 years you've been an advocate.
Yes.
And I know that ADAPT has pushed the slogan, My Medicaid Matters, and now more than ever, correct?
Way more than ever now. Huh?
Yeah, and ADAPT has been one of the ones that's kept the Congress from cutting Medicaid in the past. But we need all the people to get active on this, and we need people, well, we know there's 80 million people on Medicaid in this country, so they need to let their legislators and people know that they rely on that for their health care.
Really.
And
I know,
we-
like me and Ashley,
Yeah,
there's many more of us out there
yeah.
that counts and depend on.
And then there's
Medicaid.
also allies and families and other people that need to be vocal about the importance of Medicaid too, because we all know people on Medicaid, right?
Oh yeah, I know hundreds of people in.
Medicaid.
Man, a whole lot of people in Chicago and that Well, adopters, period, all over the states, they rely on Medicare. We're not just the only ones, so but I tell you, Tom, if they cut Medicare, I don't know what
Medicaid,
Medicaid,
yeah.
what Medicare.
Medicare is also under threat, isn't it?
You know, it's a lot of people that have Medicaid and Medicare.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, I just have Medicaid.
Yeah, seniors particularly. I'm on Medicare myself as I'm a retired person.
Yeah.
And I hate to see the way they waste money on Medicare Advantage plans when the traditional Medicare is more economical and you don't have to face denials from insurance companies, which are really awful to have. And that's one thing about Medicaid is that there are some denials, but mostly the people get the care they need. And although some hospitals aren't real fond of Medicaid because it doesn't pay as well as some of the other programs, it's essential that people get that care. Yeah. Ashley, do you have more to say about Medicaid and your experiences? Have you ever had to appeal?
I have.
Yeah, and you've been able to get the treatment in the end, right?
Yes, but it took a while. It took a long time. And doctors going back and forth with the insurance, saying they needed more documentation and more. It was just a lot, but yes.
Yeah, we need programs that meet our medical needs, and the doctors should be the ones who decide that, not insurance companies.
Right.
Right. And Kevin, what do you think we should do to try to protect Medicaid?
Well, ADAPT need to keep on going down to Springfield, asking Congress and legislation to keep this program alive, keep that bill alive. Because without Medicare, both from Medicare and Medicaid, but mainly Medicare, Medicaid, because the majority of people I know that's when Chicago and Denver, Indiana
rely on Medicaid.
Rely on Medicaid.
Right, and I think ADAPT may be going to Washington next month to protest.
So
but other people need to join and be active too.
Yeah, all our friends and family members, if they can come, we need them. You know, there's power in numbers.
Power in numbers, that's right. And now we have Musk trying to dictate to what our government should look like. He's never been elected to anything. Trump lied to us. He said during the election campaign that he wasn't going to cut Medicare, Medicaid, or Social Security. And now, if you look at Plan 2025, which is their book that they're following, it calls for the cuts to all three of those. And we know that Medicaid is a lifeline. We know Medicare is a lifeline. And we know Social Security, people worked hard and they put their money into Social Security. So they need to get a livable amount of Social Security when they retire. So I just want to thank you both for coming today. If you have anything more you want to add, please do. Ashley, we'll start with you. Do you have some other thoughts you want to share?
Sure. All I can say is that sickle cell is not a lot of people know about it, and it doesn't get a lot of money like cancer and other, illnesses do. And we lose so many of us because of unfair treatment, doctors not knowing, not being educated on it, really not caring. So my hope for the future is to make a big change.
And hopefully a cure that everybody has access to, right?
Yes.
That genetic treatments might be the solution.
Yes.
And Kevin, do you have anything more you want to add?
Sure. All family members and friends that have people, their loved ones that have cancer and sickle cell, need to join all of us to go down to Springfield and talk to Congress and the legislators to keep Medicaid alive.
Okay. Keep Medicaid alive to keep us alive.
And precisely.
Yeah.
But without Medicaid, I know me and actually millions of others just want us a chance of surviving a whole year. If they cut out Medicaid, I know I'm in trouble.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad both of you could be here today. You know, we're at a point of, I think, crisis in this country, and we need to get the message out that people need the health care to keep them alive and healthy, and that these programs are all about making the world better and supporting each other. And with the world that some of these people want to create, it would be a dog-eat-dog, let-them-die world. That's the last place we want to go. We need social solidarity and love for each other. That's the message. We love our neighbors, we love our country, we love our people, and so let's give them health care, the best health care we can afford. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having
Glad
us.
to be here.
Okay, this has been Adapt Productions, and just want to make sure our audience knows that Medicaid is under threat and that anything they can do to fight back is really urgently needed right now. Thank you.